Picture a cell phone and an email machine all in one thing. There is a free wireless internet signal all across North America, and nobody has figured out how to use it. It's like the Force. Sorry, have you seen Star Wars?
No.
That was a clip from the upcoming feature film BlackBerry. It's a story Canadians know well, the Waterloo, Ontario startup. Research in motion that grew to become one of the world's most popular device makers. The movie explores both its meteoric rise and the dramatic fall, while taking some creative license along the way. BlackBerry will make its way to the big screen in Canada May 12th. For more on how it all came together, we're joined by two very well-known and very talented actors starring in the film, Baruchel, who plays Mike Lazaridis, and Glenn Howerton, who plays Jim Balsillie. Thank you both for being here. I saw you laughing, maybe sort of chuckling as you were watching that clip as well. I think you guys had fun making this. Is that accurate?
We did. I had fun. We had fun making it, and I have fun watching it.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for calling us talented, by the way.
That was a lovely intro.
Nice.
I'm going to tell my wife.
Got to butter up the celebrity talent that comes through here.
Thanks for calling us celebrities. Well, that's cool, too. The hits just keep on coming.
This is kind of interesting, though, Jay. I mean, you've had a lot of success in Hollywood, and you are very passionate as a Canadian. In the business world, we don't always have these global stories of a company from Canada that dreams big, but this one did.
Yeah, it certainly did. And the world that we live in today rests in large part on the shoulders of what these nerds did in Kitchener in the end of the 90s. So, and they're not household names. I think there's often a cult of personality around sort of tech titans and innovators.
Yeah.
And for the most part, these guys are kind of still under the radar. And their end is somewhat tragic, at least narratively, because they went from almost half the market share to zero once after the advent of the iPhone. So it has everything you want out of a good story, plus utter anonymity, which is a chronically Canadian thing.
Well, Glenn, this is an interesting. Jay talking about, I assume that's a reference to, there are very big personalities like Steve Jobs and Apple. When you're trying to explore the identity here for the big screen with these characters, like what's going through your mind, or are you just focus on the acting? You just sort of see what comes out on film.
I'm really just focused on what's on the page, how my interpretation lines up with the director's interpretation. In this particular case, we were also lucky because the director is also the writer, along with his partner Matt Miller. So my job, really, as far as I'm concerned, is to service the film, service the script, to do whatever my small part is within the context of the thing, right? So I don't really have an ego about what the work is. I just want to make sure that I'm doing justice to the entire story, which the director really has the whole thing in his head.
And yet, you were a BlackBerry user up until recently, right, Glenn? I think you're sort of. That wasn't really your bag per se.
It was not. No.
I mean, but now you guys are part of this tour, press tour, which I mean, Jay, it kind of feels like a nostalgia tour to me. I would imagine if you're sharing your own BlackBerry memories, people are sharing theirs with you too.
Yeah, and it's like one of these products that seems to still occupy quite a sort of sentimental and nostalgic bit of real estate in a lot of people's minds, certainly the people that use them. It had a real kind of culture around it, and so yeah, can't help but everybody talk about the last time they used theirs.
Yeah. Glenn, this is kind of an interesting moment too, like in technology, everyone's like AI and ChatGPT and what is that going to be about? I think one of the things the excitement in the film around the idea of mobile devices and what this is going to unlock and the stakes being high. I mean, that's definitely one of the themes that you guys really embraced in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But ultimately, nothing like that matters if you don't have the people in place to actually not only execute it, but get it out into the market. Because, I mean, these guys were in a race the entire time to beat other people who were trying to do the exact same thing. Anytime something like this technology-wise comes along, there's 20 other people. It's just it's a cultural zeitgeist thing. Very rarely, guarantee you, before ChatGPT came out, somebody was 1 week. There was 1 week before somebody else came out with something exactly like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's part of the thriller aspect of the film is watching, like, how do we get this thing to market before somebody beats us?
Yeah, and it's. it's also to get into the spirit and character of who these individuals were, which includes some time in the makeup chair. I mean, you guys look right now, obviously a little different than Jim Balsillie and Mike Lazaridis. I'm sure we can show some of that video again. The process of getting into character, the makeup, all that kind of stuff, what was that like? Is that kind of par for the course, or?
Have you ever had the middle of your head shaved before?
No, I've never had the middle of my head shaved before, but for me it was quite helpful. It really is not. I mean, you know, it really does help you transform when you look like a completely different person. And I don't wear suits every day. I mean, you know, God bless you. I don't know how you do it. It's just, you know, it's especially like if it's a nice fitted suit.
Yeah.
But so it feels like you're turning into a completely different person. I mean, you probably would have much preferred just actually dyeing your hair.
Yeah, it would have made things easier. Same thing. When you catch yourself in the mirror looking completely different and so different, it's hard not to let that inform the kind of character you're building. But that wig, I hate it. It was terrible to put on. 90 minutes to 2 hours every day in 40-degree heat. But, you know, listen, that's not that big a deal. It's like people have to suffer far worse things than that. But, yeah, I hated the wig, but it looked cool.
So, because we talked a little bit about the creative license, I mean, that's the fun of making a movie. Was there, I mean, I sort of asked this question to Glenn, but Jay, for you, was there something still that you felt, even if the storyline doesn't exactly mirror what happened in real life, that you're wanting people to walk away with the BlackBerry story?
Certainly, and I think that's where it helps to kind of, I believe, certainly artistically, that there's a distinction between accuracy and truth. That the larger sort of philosophical truth and the emotional truth of the story trumps absolutely everything. And so if we have to combine or condense a few individuals into one, or a few events into one, then that's just how you tell a rewarding story. But I think the biggest kind of takeaway, certainly from Mike's sort of standpoint, is he had a sort of purity to him and a singularity in his vision. He was always ahead of the game until he was behind it, and then he couldn't get out from behind it. It seems so. It seems. And
he's got a great quote in the film where I'm trying to get him to build something quickly because the specificity of what the thing is and the quality of it doesn't matter. And I say, have you ever heard the phrase, perfect is the enemy of good? And he says, well, good enough is the enemy of humanity. Yeah, and it's a fantastic quote. And then one of the beautiful things that Matt did such a great job of is then you see moments in the film, and it's a real throwaway, where somebody basically says, it's good enough.
Yep.
And you played Jim Balsillie, and I think what was very curious for us in the media, and we've been tracking this story for a while now, waiting for the end product. What would Jim Balsillie's reaction be? This is kind of like a separate, interesting storyline we're watching, and he's seen it, and he's a very focused, very determined person, and some of that comes through in the movie. But I think it's kind of an interesting moment for you guys to have this film about these really passionate people, and then they're coming to grips with what this film's all about too.
Yeah, well, I'll be meeting Jim for the first time tonight, and hopefully he doesn't, sock me in the face. We'll see. I don't know.
He's been very. He seems to have embraced.
He seems to dig the movie at least, or to understand that it's not a documentary or an article, that it's a movie, that it's a drama.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to meet him and get some of his personal thoughts on it. I'm just curious myself, honestly.
Yeah. And you guys, as I said, you seem to have a lot of fun on good chemistry working together doing this whole thing.
One of the best parts about it for me was getting to hang out with him every day.
Same.